everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. In today's pick a card reading, we are looking at what your soulmate hopes you understand and accept about them. So this can be somebody that you already know, or this can be your future soulmate who you haven't met yet. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you directly to your reading. And if you want to book a private reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked in the description box below. Please just be aware that I will never reach out to you for a reading or any service, and if somebody does that, that is definitely not me. Okay, let's get your cards. Okay, Spirit, we are asking today what your soulmate hopes you understand and accept about them. Okay, can we have a card for pile number 1, please? Oh, there's 2. Let's take the top one. Okay, can we have a card for pile number 2, please? Okay, can we have a card for pile number 3, please? Okay. Pile number 1. You have Praying Mantis, and your card is Citrine. Pile number 2, you have Bee, and your stone, and your stone is the Rhodonite. Okay, pile number 3, you have Butterfly, and your stone is Goldstone. Please take as long as you need choosing your card or cards, and I will see you in your readings. Hello, pile number 1. You have the Citrine stone, and your card is Praying Mantis. So what I feel with this card, something that your soulmate hopes you will understand and accept about them, I feel like this person really takes their time analyzing things. They really kind of feel things out. Trying to determine when is the right time to do something, trying to determine, basically I'm getting like a lot of like timing. So this person really feels when is the right time to take action. And so this could be something that maybe was a problem in the past, in like past relationships with this person. It could be that maybe you're the type of person that likes to make quick decisions, and this person will need understanding with their process of decision making. I also feel like this person really likes to like plan ahead, tries to think, you know, maybe 5 steps ahead before making a move, tries to like have the plans all laid out and knows exactly what's going to happen and which direction you go at each step of the way. And so with saying that, I'm feeling like this person might not be too spontaneous. So just keep that in mind. I mean, of course, that's the spontaneity, you know, doing things kind of spontaneously in your relationship, doing something fun, something like that. I'm sure that's something that could be worked on, but it's definitely possible that this person will need to kind of map everything out instead of doing things spontaneously. So that's what I'm getting so far. Let's look at your other cards and see what else we have for you. Okay. What else can you tell us for pile number 1, please? We're asking what pile number 1's soulmate hopes they understand and accept about them. So we have Mystic Healer, healing energy flows through you. Okay, remember I said I think this person really feels when is the right time to move. And so I feel like this person's very in tune with their environment, with their emotions, with how they will feel about things. And I think that they're, what's like really important to them is making sure that they feel confident, they feel happy, they feel secure, they feel like they made the right decision. You know, I think that's very important for this person. So they're probably very sensitive to energies. They're probably very sensitive to other people's energies. And I just feel like this person needs the environment to be like the smoothest sailing possible. And the way that this person comes to that conclusion is kind of by feeling things out before making a move. So, this person's probably very intuitive as well. I think they're very smart and intelligent, but I also think that they're highly, highly, highly attuned to their intuition, to their psychic abilities. And I'm not saying that you're not. I'm just saying that they might take it a step further than you do, and you know, it might just be something that you need to kind of accept with this person. Okay, let's see what else we have for you. In the flow, everything is smooth sailing. Yes, this is what I just said. It's for this person, it's very important that things go smoothly, that everyone is happy, that the situation is as good as it could be. So yeah, and I feel that this person will like the only way that they can be assured that this is how things are going to go is if they take their time and they really feel things out and really kind of check in with themselves a little bit and make sure that things are definitely going in the right direction. Does that make sense? So yeah, that's what I'm seeing so far. Let's get your other oracle cards. Okay, Spirit, we are asking what your soulmate hopes you understand and accept about them. For pile number 1, please. Pile number 1. We have discovery here. I laugh because your cards are just like lining up so well with what I said. It's like, it's pretty incredible. Sorry, I can't talk today. Okay, so discovery. Yeah, this is what I was saying. This person needs to really feel the energy of everything. This person needs to examine every possibility of the situation. They really need to feel secure, like have a knowing, like this inner knowing that's really hard to explain to someone else of knowing when the right time to move is. They need to really feel it in their heart. They need to feel it in their whole body. Do you see how these two cards look similar? How this one here is holding their hands up, and so is this person. Okay, they need to feel in their whole body that yes, it's the right time to move. And it's like once they make a decision, see, this is the good part. Once they make a decision, they're gonna move. It's like once they say yes, this is the time, there's gonna be no stopping them. So it's not like they're going to sit there and take, you know, a long time to figure out what they want to do and then make a move and then say, I don't know, is this the right thing? Is this? No, they're going to take their time. But let me tell you, once they make a decision, they're going to be moving forward. Okay, so they just want to make sure, like with this flower, what I'm getting is they want to make sure that there's going to be growth. There's going to be positivity. See, they don't want to get in a situation that's negative. Like, I feel like this person's very positive and they really kind of shun negativity. It's just not something they want in their life. Okay, so like these are all positive traits, but if you're somebody who likes to get the ball rolling, this could be a little bit annoying and something that you have to kind of get used to. Okay, we have complacency. So what I feel with complacency is that this is how you may view what they're doing. You may think that they're just sitting there, not making a move. Perhaps you think that they're lost interest in something, or that they're never going to make a move. Like you see, it looks like there's snow here. And there's also leaves falling. So to me, that indicates like fall going into winter, like a long, slow process. But that's not what's going on here. Because what this person is thinking in their mind is that, first of all, they need to feel secure. Okay, they need to feel secure that I'm making the right decision, I'm going in the right direction, all of these things, right? They also need to feel secure that, like, they don't want to get into something and then have to make changes once they're there. So they need to know that this is the right decision, everything's going to work out, we're going to have smooth sailing. Because anytime something doesn't work out, or anytime there's kind of issues or something like that, they feel it in their whole body, and they don't like that, because I feel like they've been in situations like that before. And so now they just really need to make sure that they're going to be comfortable throughout the whole process. Okay. So now we're going to look at your tarot cards. Okay, Spirit, for pile number 1, please. Our question is, what we're looking at today, what pile number 1's soulmate hopes they understand and accept about them? What else can you tell us? What other insights do you have for us? I'm sorry, your cards are making me laugh because they're just so, like, your soulmate is definitely talking to me in this reading, or their spirit guides. You're probably both. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles can talk about it talks about quite a few things, but what I'm picking up with this particular reading and from the energy of this person is that kind of complacency energy, how you may perceive it, okay? Or maybe not you so much, but maybe other people would perceive it as that, and maybe you would have to, like, kind of be the middle person between your soulmate and other people, saying, no, this person's not just sitting there not doing anything, they're actually thinking about things. So it might not necessarily be you that this might annoy a little bit. It could be other people that you have to kind of explain this to. So you see this person's really examining this pentacle, and they're sitting on this chest, and they're really kind of grounded there on these other pentacles, like every so the feet and the hands are touching the pentacle. So it's like, no, I'm not ready to make a move yet, and I am not going to make a move until I am ready. Because I think that this person has pretty high expectations. This person has pretty high goals, and they have a lot, I feel like a lot that they've accomplished in the past. And I think that they've learned from all those accomplishments that doing things too quickly for them does not necessarily work out. And so that's why when they're sitting there, they're not just sitting there like we see in this card. They are sitting there contemplating, looking at the issue from all sides, figuring things out before making a move so that they don't have to fix things, in the future. Okay, what else do we have? So we have another card. We have the Empress here. So the Empress can talk about things taking a little bit of time to, I'm going to set your cards right here, and talk about taking a little bit of time to grow things. So the Empress in a lot of decks is actually pregnant. So if you think about it that way, where the Empress is, growing a child inside their body. And so, that doesn't happen overnight, right? That, takes usually 9 months, sometimes a little bit less. So things need to, so how I'm seeing this is that in this person's mind, it's like that 9-month growth period. And of course, not everything is going to take 9 months. I'm just saying, like, the transformation, how things grow and things change and certain things start to work together, right? Like the organs start forming, all these things kind of coming together. And that's exactly how I see this person's mind working, where they have the initial idea, and then they're going to have some, you know, kind of like spokes on a wheel. And they have to make sure that all of those spokes on the wheel are aligned with each other so that that wheel will move smoothly and will move a vehicle smoothly with it. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here with this card. The other thing I'm seeing is look at all the growth. And you see, with this growth, there's a strong foundation. There's a lot of roots. Look at all these trees. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 trees that we can see here. So it's like getting those roots sturdy, making sure you have the proper soil, the proper nutrients, the proper sun, the proper water, so that you can grow something that's really, really beautiful like this peacock. And so that they can be proud of what they're doing, so that they know they made the right decision and they can say, look at what I have now. Okay. We have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, this is what I was just saying. I think they've done something in the past where maybe they were forced to make a decision too quickly, or they felt that they had to make a decision before they were ready. And it could have had consequences that they were not happy with. And then they had to kind of start all over again. They don't want to do that again. It's kind of like, you know, I've been there, I've done that, I'm not doing that again. I need to make sure that this is what I want. I want to make sure this feels right. So, so there is a reason why they are this way. Okay, what else do we have? Your cards, I love them. So we have the Hermit. This is exactly what I'm saying. This person needs to kind of go within themselves. This could be somebody who needs a little bit of time to themselves. So don't take offense to that if this person feels that they need some quiet time. They need, let's say they get home from work, they had a hard day at work, and they need to go into their office or go for a walk by their, sorry, I can't talk, or they want to go on a walk by themselves. They want to kind of mull things over in their mind before they sit down and have dinner with you or something like that. So just don't take offense to that, because I definitely feel like sometimes this person just needs some quiet time to themselves. It has nothing at all to do with you. That's just the way that they think. Okay, that's the way they connect with their you know, I don't know why I'm like having a hard time pulling words out right now. That's how they connect with like their intuition, their psychic abilities. And then especially what I'm getting now is with the Hermit card, you might see them doing this, especially when they're getting closer to making a decision. Okay, and they might need more time to themselves when they're close to making a decision, because they need to kind of go over all the details and they can't have a lot of distractions. And I'm not saying that you're a distraction, but it's just like in that moment, I feel that they're going to need that understanding from you that they need to go into their little cave for a while and figure things out. But the thing is, why I say this is when they're close to making a decision is because the Hermit is number 9. So they're about to come out of this kind of solitude or taking a minute to themselves. And I'm not saying like they're gonna, you know, go move to a different city. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they're going to move out and go into a hotel for a month. I'm just saying they might need some time to themselves, you know, maybe even 10 minutes. It could be an hour. It could be the weekend. You know, I don't know. It just depends on, you know, all the different people watching this. So just keep that in mind. We have the Knight of Cups. Yeah, I love how your cards are lining up, because let me tell you, once this person makes a decision, once they come out of this contemplation phase here, this is what I said, they make a decision and they're going forward with that decision with confidence. They're going to be going forward at, you know, a moderate pace. We're not going too fast here, but we're not going too slow. Okay, because we've moved on from the Four of Pentacles, where we're just kind of sitting there contemplating things. We went through the discovery phase, or this person went through the discovery phase. Now they're in their flow. Remember I told you once they make a decision, or before they make a decision, they need to make sure that it's going to flow. That's what the water does, right? The water flows, and they need to make sure that this idea is going to flow forward. And this is like with anything, okay? So you might see them doing this a lot, which you might kind of at some point say, okay, just go do your thing. You know what I mean? So this is actually a positive thing. Okay, so yeah, so once they make that decision, they're going forward. They feel in their heart, they feel in their gut, in their soul, in their body. They know that this is the right decision going forward. Okay, so we have, yes, look, I love your cards. So we have the Four of Wands here. This is like things coming together. This is a celebration. This could be you both celebrating that they finally made a decision and now you can get back to your normal life. Another thing I see here is support. I see that this person will feel so much love and so much gratitude towards you if you can accept this about them, and they will really I don't want to say reward because that sounds kind of weird, but they will really like want to embrace you and celebrate with you and really show their appreciation toward you, that you're understanding of their process. Okay, and it's also this person celebrating their progress because they know that they have a system that they go through when they're making a decision or when they're looking at something, and they know that that can be difficult to deal with. And I'm not saying this is like a big deal. It just really depends on your personality. If you're this same way, then you're going to be like, oh yeah, I get it. Go take your time. But if you're someone that makes decisions like on the spot, like let's get going with it already, it might annoy you a little bit and it might take you a little bit of getting used to. Okay. But it's not a big deal though. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So we have the High Priest here. This is really interesting. So yeah, this is the Hierophant in the traditional decks. So this is probably somebody who, okay, I'm getting, and I think, yeah, so earlier I mentioned that I think this person is very, very intelligent, very intellectual, but they also listen to their intuition. Probably they listen to their intuition a little bit more than they do, then they focus on like the intellectual side of their brain, right? And so with the High Priest here, I feel like this person wants to make sure that they're following the rules, wants to make sure that they're doing things the right way, because I think that this person is very, very ethical. Okay, this person wants to make sure that they do the right thing, but they also want to win. Okay, but they want to win in an ethical way. They want to make progress with whatever it is that they're working on in an ethical way. And so I feel like they follow the rules and they do things the way they've been done before, but they also listen to their intuition and they're not so set in the old ways of doing things. Okay, so if they feel in their soul, in their body, if they feel like, you know what, I think I should just kind of do things just a little bit different than the way they've been done for the last 20 years. This person will sit there and think about it and look at all the options, probably do like a pros and cons method of how it could work doing it the more traditional way and how it could work doing it this new way that they feel will really accelerate something or make something better. And then once they make that decision, see here, they're thinking about it. Once they make that decision, they're going to go forward with it and they're going to celebrate that they feel their decision was correct. Okay. What was the other thing I was going to say here? What was it? Let me think for just a second. Let's see. What was it? Well, they're not afraid to take chances. They're not afraid to go against the grain. So you might see those kind of two sides to their personality where one day they may be doing something kind of a traditional way, but then the next day they're like, you know what? I'm going to take a little chance here. So sometimes that may seem spontaneous, but it's not. It's not at all. It's they've thought through it quite a bit. Even if they only thought about it overnight, I can tell you they're very analytical, but they're very in tune with how things feel. So two different sides here. It's really, really an interesting, very dynamic personality. And I mean, I really like this energy here. I really like this person. The Queen of Wands, yes. So this is someone who's very passionate about what they do. This is somebody who takes their time, someone who thinks about things, who thinks about potential problems, who wants to make sure that things are smooth sailing. This person is so passionate about what they do. I feel like this person might be passionate about everything, okay? And that's why everything is so important to this person in doing things the correct way, making sure that everything is smooth sailing. What I just got in my mind is like if you're gonna take a trip, maybe a day trip, maybe someplace that's like an hour or 2 hours away, I feel like this person will have to kind of plan the whole thing to make sure you don't get stuck in traffic, or to make sure this restaurant's open, or to make sure like all these little details that somebody who's more spontaneous would just be like, hey, let's go take a road trip and just go. And this person has to like see everything lined up like all along the way. Okay. But see, the thing is, going back to the Queen of Wands here, is that the way this person processes information, the way this person sits and waits for the perfect time to act on things, creates like a flow in their life where things just work out. Okay, it's really a cool energy. So we have the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like with the Ace of Pentacles, remember when I said with the, actually I said it before the Ten of Swords, and then the Ten of Swords came up, that they did something in the past and they had to make a decision too quickly. And then it ended up being kind of a disaster. Excuse me, see? Excuse me. If you've watched my videos before when I cough, that means that some kind of energy is stuck, because it'll just come out of the blue like that just did. So I apologize for coughing in your ear. But what happened to them before, when they had to make a quick decision or they couldn't think things through, it created a disastrous situation. And they don't want that to happen again. See, I'm feeling like I'm going to cough again. Excuse me. And so now we have the Ace of Pentacles. Now with the Ace of Pentacles, this is someone about to pursue a great idea. But the Pentacles are that slow moving card, or slow moving suit. Okay, so they have to think about things. They have to get grounded. You see this person is standing on the earth, you know, on the grass here where the trees are, really contemplating, okay, what do I need to do first? What are my first moves forward so that I can avoid this disaster here? So they're not just sitting here because they're lazy or because they can't make a decision. That's not it at all. They want to make sure that they're making the right moves so that they can save time too. Like they don't want to waste a lot of time, which I think time might have had something to do here, because there's something about like psychologically I'm getting with the Ten of Swords, like, ugh, I just wasted all that time. Like I could have been over here, but now I'm not even where I started. Now I'm like back here. And so I feel like time is very important to this person, and not wasting time. Kind of like I said, if you're going to take a quick road trip, excuse me, I'm sorry. See, I think time has something to do with it, because now I'm coughing. So with the road trip example, you know, this person might not be able to just say, oh, that sounds fun, let's get in the car and go. No, they have to map everything out, because they don't want to waste time, because something about them wasting time before is coming up here. So the Ace of Swords, this is what I was saying before. They will sit there and think about things, contemplate things, see how it's going to affect everyone and every situation that's involved. But once they get their mind set, they are off and running. They have such a strong sense of clarity when they come out of this hermit phase here that nothing's going to get in their way of achieving exactly what they have put their mind to. And the reason why nothing's going to get in their way is because they have looked at every single possibility going forward. They've discovered every single thing that could possibly happen. So then they're ready, right? They're ready to make that move just like the praying mantis does. Okay. Look at this. Your cards are just like so flowing together. So the Knight of Swords is someone who, like I just said, they have an idea, they're moving forward with it. Now, a sort of downside to the Knight of Swords sometimes can be that this person is going so fast that they can lose sight of certain problems, or they can lose sight of kind of like the original goal, because sometimes with the Knight of Swords, it can be just about winning. And I have to get this done. I have to accomplish this. And they kind of miss some sort of feeling along the way. But here you have the Knight of Swords and you have the Knight of Cups. Okay. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. So, and also the Hermit card right here in this little block here. Well, then also you have the Ten of Swords here. Let's bring that in too. So in the past, remember I told you with the Ten of Swords, this person had to make a decision too quickly, which can be representing in your reading the Knight of Swords here, because like I said, the Knight of Swords can be going a little too quickly. And that led to this decision, or led to this situation here. So now what I'm really feeling is that there's a balance between just sitting here, or actually sitting here and not making a move. Okay, so then they sit here and they think about things, they explore things, look at things, and then they go at like a moderate pace, because we have the Knight of Swords, which is fast moving, and the Knight of Cups, which is a slower moving card. So this person moves at a moderate pace. And what I was just told is that they're a lot better now than they were right after this happened, because I feel like after the Ten of Swords happened, they might have sat a little bit too long with things, thinking about things, saying, oh, I don't want that to happen again. And they were a little nervous, but now they've kind of grown and moved past that. Okay, let's see what your last card is. Oh, I love this. You have the Ten of Pentacles. This reading, like your cards are just so lining up. Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles, again, it's a slower moving card, but what happens here when we get to the Ten of Pentacles is success. Everything that you've wanted is happening. Everything that you've laid those roots down. Where did we see those roots? Where was that? Oh, it was here, the Empress card. Remember I talked about laying down the roots so that you have that strong foundation? That's what it takes to get to the Ten of Pentacles. So if this is involving work, or making more money, or moving somewhere, or, you know, having a strong family unit, having a strong foundation, like a strong home base, this person is going to achieve this. And I feel like you will come to understand, if you don't already, that this person knows what they're doing. And then when they need to go into their little hermit mode, you'll be like, oh, okay, just go ahead. Just let me know when you're done, kind of thing, because you're going to really understand that this person knows what they're doing and that they act at the perfect time to create a perfect outcome. Now look at this. You have the Ten of Pentacles right below the Four of Wands. And there's, you know, a little bit of a similar energy here, where there's celebration. There's a strong foundation in both of these cards. Things coming together, really having like the best outcome. Okay, which is so awesome to me. Like, it's just really cool. I really like the energy of this person. So if this kind of excuse me, if it kind of annoys you that this person takes their time, with things, just try to understand that it's for the best. It's actually a positive trait. Okay, so just try to have excuse me, see, just try to have some understanding. Okay, so that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a private reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is listed in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, pile number 2. You have the Rhodonite stone, and your card is the Bee. So what I get with this card is that your soulmate may be really focused on work. I feel like this person really, really loves what they do for work. And I feel like it could be a career that requires a lot of time, a lot of focus, or it could be that they get so wrapped up in their work because they don't actually feel like they're working, because they really love what they're doing, that sometimes they could be working like, 10 hours a day, and it feels like they've been working for 5 hours, and they might not realize how much time and effort they're putting into something. So I'm also getting, for some of these people, they feel like their work is really, really important, really critical. So maybe they're helping other people. Maybe they are trying to make a difference in the world, and so they're working really, really hard towards that. Whatever it is, I also feel like they're very good at what they do, okay? Which kind of goes with what I just said, that they might be, well, I mean, they could be good at anything, but I'm getting specifically, they might be really good at what they do with helping people, okay? So there could be something like that going on, but it's like, it's all positive. I'm getting a really, really positive energy here from this person. It's just, I feel like sometimes you might need to reel them back in a little bit. And I don't feel like they will like necessarily neglect you or the relationship. I feel like that might happen sometimes. So let's say like if this person is an attorney, let's say like they're working on, a really, really, really important case. Maybe they're really trying to help somebody, trying to help the underdog or something like that. And they have a trial coming up. And so for the next 2 weeks, they're going to be so focused and so busy that they might not have the normal amount of time to put into the relationship. But then after those 2 weeks, they'll kind of come back and things will be more normal. But then they're going to have a trial again in another 2 months where it's going to be the same thing. So this is, of course, just an example. Obviously, not everybody is going to know somebody or have a soulmate who's, a trial attorney. But that was just something that came to my mind. So it could be something like that. Something that you may just have to kind of learn how to deal with from time to time. But let's look at your other cards and see what else we can get for you. Okay, Spirit, what our question is for pile number 2, what their soulmate hopes they understand and accept about them, please. What other information can you give us for pile number 2, please? Choosing your path, all is possible. Well, this makes a lot of sense here. I feel like this person feels that quite literally anything is possible, and they're going to make it happen. And they're going to make it happen no matter how hard they have to work, because to them, it's not really work, right? Because they love what they're doing. They love it. It feeds their soul is what I'm getting. So, I feel that with choosing your path, I feel like they chose like the perfect career for them. For some of you, this could be referring to a hobby that they have. So maybe their hobby is, let's say, rescuing, like a dog rescue or something like that. And maybe, they love what they do, and they feel like if they take a day off, they're going to you know, miss a dog on the street, or they're going to miss a connection between a human and a dog and connecting those two together. You know, so of course this is just an example, but I feel like for most of these people, it's career. For some of them, it is more of just a passion. Not just, but it's a passion. It's more like a hobby. But whatever it is, this person chose this particular career or this particular hobby or activity, whatever you want to call it. And they have so much passion for this particular thing, you know, which is a good thing. It's definitely a good thing, but again, it might, you know, it might annoy you from time to time. It might be something that you have to get used to. Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 2, please? Finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. I feel that this person has found their calling. I feel that this person, whatever it is they're doing, it feeds their soul. They love it. They love what they do for work. And it's kind of like, if you took that away from them, they would be an empty vessel, right? That's why it's so important that you understand this about their personality and understand that they have to do this. Like, they have to do this, because it's almost like if you told them not to, it would create a sense of resentment, and they just wouldn't be happy within their soul. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not happy with you. That just means that this is such a big part of their life and their life path, their journey, that it's just like makes them feel like they're fulfilling their life purpose. So that's why they're so focused on this. That's why they love what they're doing. Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 2, please? Pile number 2. What does pile number 2's soulmate hope they understand and accept about them? Is that right? Okay. I can tell if it was 1 or 2 cards. Discovery. Interesting. This card came up in pile number 1. This card goes with what I was just saying. They love what they're doing. Look at the heart here. They feel complete. They feel whole. Like their heart sings when they go to work. They love what they're doing. Okay, they love it. This is their higher calling. This is their higher purpose. And look at the flowers. You know, obviously with the bee, there's a flower here, but there's also a flower here. They really get a lot of nourishment from this. Probably financially, and also nourishment as in emotionally, spiritually, kind of just like it feels, it kind of checks all the boxes. Like this person gets so much fulfillment from this that I think that I feel like they would just, like, I just keep seeing like an empty vessel. Like if they didn't have this in their life, they would feel like an empty vessel. And that doesn't mean that they wouldn't feel that same way if you weren't in their life, right? But it's like, it's so fulfilling to them on so many different levels. They just love what they do. Okay, what else do we have here? Perseverance. You know, I feel like they help somebody. Like they help somebody. They or they inspire other people. They try to guide people or something like that. There's something going on here, but whatever work they do, it's really important. They feel like it's really important. Not only is it important to other people, it's important to them. And they feel like if they take a day off, then the world might crumble. So that might be something that you need to work on a little bit, because it can lead into something that's not quite as healthy as, you know, like if all you're doing is work, no matter how much you love your work, like that's not healthy either. So there does need to be a healthy balance here, because I do pick up a little bit that this person might feel like, oh, I can't take a day off, like ever. Okay. And I'm sure not everybody is going to feel like that. And I'm not saying that they won't be taking a day off. I'm just saying that that might be something that this person does need to work on a little bit, so that they don't, you know, so that they have other areas of their life. And again, I'm not saying that they're not going to want to do anything with you. That's not what I'm seeing at all here. I'm just saying for some of you, this person could take it a little too far sometimes. And remember earlier I said you just need to reel them back in. I think I said that in this pile. Just need to reel them back in a little bit and kind of bring them back to reality. Yeah, and also just stick in there, because like I said, they might need that. They might need that reality check from time to time, and then they'll kind of be like, oh yeah, you know what? You're right. You are right. Let's take a break. Let's go do something fun. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything to worry about here. I'm just seeing that this is, I mean, it's quite admirable what this person is doing. So, you know, hopefully you see it that same way, and hopefully you can reel them back in when they need that, because I do see that sometimes they will need that. Okay, what else do you want to say to pile number 2, please? What does their soulmate hope they understand and accept about them? Okay, so we have the Devil card here. So with the Devil card, this can be like attachment, putting too much energy into one thing. And this is kind of what I was saying. I'm just moving your cards up a little bit, because this deck here is a little bit bigger than the other ones. Okay, so like I said, it could get to a point, when I was looking at this card here, it could get to a point of unhealthy attachment. But the good thing is that all you have to do is bring this to their attention. Okay, now if they are, let's just use the example, for instance, if they are, like, let's say they're a trial attorney, they have this huge trial coming up, and they might say, well, yeah, I can't take a break until after the trial. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But what I'm feeling is that when you bring it to their attention, they will kind of snap out of it. And of course, it might not be that next day. They might need to finish something, but then they'll say, you know what, let's take a vacation. Let's go, you know, for a weekend, let's get away. Okay, so I'm seeing that they can balance out. You just need to reel them back in a little bit and say, hey, you know, you're getting a little too involved in this. See, with the King of Wands here, this is someone who's very passionate about what they do. This is exactly what I was talking about. Very passionate, to the point where, remember I said that they could be working for, like, you know, 10, 12 hours, and they think they've only been working for 5. That's the kind of thing I mean. They're not doing anything necessarily intentionally. It's just sometimes they get so wrapped up in what they're doing, they may not realize they've been in the office for 12 hours. So you gotta reel them back in a little bit. They're so passionate about what they're doing. And I do feel like somehow they are helping people with something. People look up to them. They might even be, let's say, like if they own like a big company or even a small company, but they might have like a lot of responsibilities. So maybe they have a lot of employees that they pay, you know, so they pay their salary, so they feel responsible for people. You know, it could be something like that where they have to keep the ship running, otherwise nobody works. And they feel very concerned about other people. Like they have a lot of empathy for other people and want to make sure that other people are taken care of. So we have the Knight of Swords here. Yeah, so I'm getting the same kind of energy that when this person gets an idea, they have to like get that whole idea out. They have to go after it. They have to accomplish all of these ideas that they have. You see, there's all kinds of writing on her dress here. So it's like, oh, I have all these ideas. I have to go with it. I have to do it now. I have to get it done. And this is what I'm saying, that because with the Knight of Swords, this person can be so focused on the goal, they don't realize they've been working for 12 hours that day. Okay. That's what I mean, where you might need to reel them in a little bit. You might need to say, hey, you've been working for 12 hours. You didn't have lunch. It's time for dinner. You know, you haven't eaten since breakfast, that kind of thing. So, but the thing is though, what I'm feeling from this person's energy is that you will snap them out of it and they'll be like, oh, really? I've been working that long? You'll say, yes, you need some food. And then they'll say, oh, okay, let me take a break. Or, you know, maybe give me 20 minutes and then I'll take a break. Let me get to a stopping point. So yeah, it's, you know, this person just kind of gets so wrapped up in things. The Two of Cups. Yeah, I was just going to say this, that you're their balance. Okay. I feel you will help balance this person out. So yes, they hope that you understand this. They hope that you accept this about them. But this person can take it a little bit far. So you're the balance to this person. I feel like you complete them. Okay. I feel like they are, with this career that they have here, I feel like they're very satisfied and they may feel complete. They may feel whole. But they have that tendency to be all consumed with their career, with whatever this is. And in that sense, you come in and you actually complete them because you're that extra thing in their life that that brings them back down to earth, okay? That reels them in, so that they don't just focus on work. Because even if you love what you do, that's not healthy. You need to take a break. And it's like, I feel like this person will learn from you how to take it easy, so see, that's the positive thing, is that they're open to you helping them take time out, you helping them to relax and take a vacation from time to time and not work through the entire vacation, right? So yeah, that's really good. I really like this Two of Cups. And I'm telling you, I really like your energy together. I feel like you balance each other out. And I'm not, you know, obviously not necessarily going into your energy too much here, but the way these two flowers are intertwined here, it's like, I feel like you make this person a better person. Like this person is such a good person, trying to help other people or trying to make sure everybody is taken care of, that kind of thing. But it's like you kind of bring this extra element into their life, and it's just a really cool energy. I really like the two of you together. Okay, so the King of Cups here. Yes, this is what I was just talking about. I feel that with you coming into this person's life, they're more balanced because they can get so wrapped up in their work. And then it's like you come in and this little ship up here, they're kind of like, oh, there is more to life than my career, than my job. And then they kind of learn to lighten up, not lighten up, because this person isn't stiff, but this person is very focused. It's like once they set their sights on something, there's no stopping them. And so you kind of bring them back down to earth a little bit. See how this person is like literally up in the clouds and then the trees are down here. So you kind of reel them back in. With the Two of Cups here, I'm feeling more grounding. Even though it's a water card, I'm feeling grounding. Same with the King of Cups. There's like a sense of grounding here, of like, like the Two of Cups too, like there's two sides to life. It's not all work, even though you're helping people, like there's more to life. Like you need to take care of yourself as well as other people, right? So yeah, I feel like you bring a balance into this person's life, especially with all the birds flying here. And I feel like this person will really embrace that. Now they're still going to be this way, but they might just, lighten up a little bit and have some fun and, let work go for, the weekend, maybe sometimes. And the Page of Wands. Yeah. So with the Page of Wands, I feel like this person is always looking for the next thing. This person is always so excited about what's coming up, what's next. Always looking for the next project. I also feel like this person gets some kind of thrill out of starting a new project. See, whatever this person is doing, because you have the King of Wands here and you have the Page of Wands, they're very, very passionate about it. And part of it is intellectual. Like they use their brain to the point where that's why like they get so involved in something they don't realize that they've been working so long. This is something they have so much passion for. And I feel like part of it is solving problems, helping people do something, figuring out how to get from point A to point B, putting things together, seeing things kind of formulate, keeping other people motivated. I don't know exactly what this is, but this person, I can tell you this person loves what they do for work. Okay. Then we have the King of Swords here. Yeah, it's like, let me set these cards down over here. Okay. So it's like weaving something together. This person loves to see the progress of things, loves to check in, loves to see the details, loves to problem solve, loves to, like this person's like such a strong leader. And people look up to this person, definitely. Like I said, this person could be a business owner or something analytical like that, or like an attorney or developing companies, something like that. And it could be on a smaller scale too. It doesn't have to be something that's, really huge. Although it could be. But this person also, let me move these up because you can't quite see. This person also doesn't waste a lot of time. So when this person is in there working, in the office working for an extended period of time, they're working, okay? They're being very, very productive that whole time. So it's not like they're just sitting there doing nothing. Like they are very, very productive, getting things done. This person is great at communicating also how to get things done, which I think that will come in very beneficial, because I think part of what the issue might be here is that this person doesn't like to delegate to other people. This person might be that kind of person who's like, nope, I got to do it. It has to be done my way. Nobody else can do it quite like I do. This person, even though they have possibly people working for them, they just need to kind of be in the mix to make sure everything's getting done correctly, right? So I feel like you can be the balancing agent here, where this person, you might say, you know what, why don't you hire an assistant, or why don't you get somebody in there, or, whatever it is that they're doing, get someone who can help you so that you can take a day off. Okay, so that's where you're like this great balancer, and this person is open to listening to you as well. Okay, I mean, do you see what we have here? Do you see this? So you have the King of Wands, you have the King of Cups, you have the King of Swords, and you have the King of Pentacles. The first thing this makes me think of is what I just said. This person wants to do it all on their own. this person is so passionate about it. Like, they can't delegate. They need to wear all the hats. They need to get everything done. It has to be done their way. And they have so many ideas. This person, I feel like this person, now this is going to vary for some of you because I'm sure everyone's going to be in a different phase, but I feel like this person is trying to build something. This person's trying to possibly build their own business, or they're trying to, like, let's just go back to if they're an attorney, they may be trying to make partner in the law firm. Maybe they started their own law firm. Whatever it is, it could even be that they have like a small foundation and they're trying to build that up. It could be that they're in college and they're working very, very, very hard. They could be in a very difficult program. Whatever it is, I feel like this person is either trying to build something or has built something, like an empire or a small empire, and they have to keep that going, right? They feel like they can't take a day off because they're being pulled in every direction. Although they love what they're doing, they might not see, this is the thing. They love what they're doing. They love being pulled in all these different directions, but they don't realize, okay, until you point it out to them. And I'm telling you, this person will be understanding, saying, oh, you know, I never noticed that before until I met you. Or maybe they never had a reason not to work so much until they met you. Okay, that's the other thing. So you definitely might need to have a little bit of patience here, but this person is not unreasonable. I'm getting this person is very, very dedicated, very focused, very structured, very like business type oriented, but they're also so caring and so like this person listens. Like, even if this person like owns a company or something like that, they don't have arrogance. This person will listen to people that they hired who may have an idea that may be something that this person didn't think about before. So this person's very open to new ideas, very open to trying things, if they agree with it. Of course, they're not going to just try anything, but so that's what I'm saying here. When you talk to them about this, they're going to be very open to listening and to changing. So we have the Star card. Part of the reason why they are going to be open to listening to you in particular is because you're their star. Like, you are the shining star in this person's life. Yes, they love what they're doing. They love what they're building. But you, first of all, you have a way of melting their heart, okay? You have a way of helping them see things differently, helping them kind of not necessarily make sense of things, but I feel like you have a way, kind of a gentleness about you that can reel this person back in. Okay, so if you tell this person, look, you've been working so hard, we haven't spent any time together this week, this person will be like, oh, you know what, you're right. Let's go have a date night. Okay, so that kind of energy is what I'm getting here. And the other thing here that I'm getting with the Star card is that this person's career, this person's job, even if they're in school, studying for their perfect career, that is also in their heart, okay? I feel like they have, another thing I'm seeing with the Two of Cups here, they have a tremendous amount of love for you and for their career. And sometimes they might not have a work-life balance. Sometimes they may neglect one for the other. But the good news is that it's, when I say neglect, I don't mean like, you know, extended period of time. I mean that when it is pointed out to them, you know, that you're not balanced right now, this person's going to say, oh, you're right. Let me fix it. Okay. So this person's very understanding, and this person wants to have this balance. See, we have it here and we have it in the King of Cups here. They want that balance, but they might not have had a reason to have that balance before you came into their life. So it might just be a little bit of restructuring that balances them out. Okay, we have the Two of Wands. With the Two of Wands in this particular deck, this particular card, I'm feeling like what I just said. This balancing act, like balancing the world, right? Balancing two things. Making decisions with the thought in mind of keeping two things balanced. Okay? Keeping, still growing something, still building something, but doing it simultaneously while this person is building something else, which is a life with you. So I feel like there might be a little bit of time at some point in your relationship where it's a learning experience, where this person has to learn that the decisions they make with work will affect you. And so what I mean by that is like, well, this person's saying, if I like learning how to do this, if I take on all of this over here, I'm not going to have time to go out on that date night this weekend. And so then before they make a decision to add one more thing over here, they're going to say, okay, you know what? I can't add that to my plate right now. I'm going to hand that off to someone else. And then they still have their date night with you. Does that make sense? So it might be a little bit of a learning curve that you have to be a little bit patient with at first, but they're going to get it. Yes, look at this. This is what I just said. This is the Two of Pentacles. This is a balance card. Look at everything here. Now, do you see here? That's what I said, like they're building something here. And look at all this that they've built, okay? But they're balanced. This is like, this is after they've learned how to do it. They've learned how to do both things at once. They've learned how to keep working in their career. They've learned how to be successful in this career. They've also learned how to love you, how to bring you into their life, how to balance both of these things. Because remember I told you they love both of these things, like so much. I feel like their life wouldn't be the same without either one of you or this work career, whatever it is that they're doing. And it may take a minute. They might have to learn how to make the right decisions so that they keep things balanced. Okay? So, this person might make mistakes and they might take on too many things here and there, but they will do what they can to fix it and to restore balance. Okay, I can feel this person's energy. It's a very honest energy where I feel like if they did take too much on and they don't have time to go on that date night this weekend, that they will make it up to you. They will say, you know what, I made a mistake. I'm going to try not to do it again. I might do it again, but I'm going to try not to. I'm going to be more cognizant of this in the future. Yeah, okay, so we have the Five of Cups here. And this is exactly why. Because this person doesn't want you to feel left out. This person, I feel like it's a learning experience with this person. I also feel like perhaps in the past, this person acted this way before, maybe in a prior relationship, and then maybe at some point felt like they couldn't do both, right? They couldn't have their career and they couldn't be in a relationship, in any relationship, or they didn't know how to balance them out, right? And so maybe that prior relationship ended for that reason. So I feel like for a period of time, they may have felt like they're just better single, or they didn't really know how to do both. But then what I really feel is that when they met you, and you being their soulmate, they started to see things differently. And I feel like you could possibly be filling a piece in their heart that was once filled by their career. Okay, because they could have been hyper-focused on their career, trying to fill a piece in their heart that was missing, but then you came along and you filled that other piece. And so now they're kind of learning how to let go of, excuse it, sorry, I am so sorry, I just coughed in your ear, but I can tell that there's some kind of stuck energy here, because I always cough when there's like a, well, not always, but a lot of times I cough when there's a stuck energy. So what that tells me is that there's something with the past. This person, and it doesn't even have to be a past relationship. It could be, let's say that this person lost a parent. Maybe one of their parents passed on. And because of that, they threw themselves into work, and they became so hyper-focused on that. And then they realized that they felt better when they became hyper-focused on their work, to the point where when you came into their life and you're adding so much, additional abundance and, companionship and all these wonderful things, at first they may not realize that they're working so much. Does that make sense? And so it might be a little bit of a learning process, a little bit of a learning curve for them to realize that they can ease up a little bit. So definitely it's nothing to be worried about, something that they are definitely going to be willing to work through when it's brought to their attention. Okay, so I hope that made sense. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a private reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, pile number 3. You have the Goldstone, and your card is the Butterfly. So our question is what your soulmate hopes you understand and accept about them. I feel like this person, I'm getting so many different things here. So for some of you, I feel like this person may have gone through a huge transformation in their life. So maybe they, for some of you, I feel like this person may have kind of a difficult past or something like that. And they hope, and now they've changed, and they hope that you accept them. For others of you, I feel like this person is quite a free spirit, and maybe in the past they've had an issue where people have thought, like maybe people didn't take them seriously, or maybe people told them, like, you can never do this or you can never do that, because this person always follows their dreams. And so they want you to accept their dreams, their hopes and dreams, and where they want to go in life. It can also seem at times that this person isn't focused, because they have so many different things that they want to accomplish, that instead of focusing on just one thing, they might like change careers, or they might change jobs, or and not extreme, but just to the point where like they know, like, okay, I've done what I can here. Now it's time for me to go on to something else. So that's the kind of energy that I'm getting. I'm also getting, for some of you, this person could be a little innocent, maybe a little naive, and they just hope that you accept them for who they are. Because I'm getting like this person is, it's a very gentle energy, a very caring, nurturing energy. So this is a very, very good person. This is a really good person. And I feel like this person really just wants to be accepted for who they are. Like their gentle spirit, their beautiful energy, their wanting to enjoy life. Like I feel like this person, like, okay, if this person's like in a job and they start to feel like there's negative energy around, that energy means that maybe they're not supposed to be there anymore. And so it's time to kind of fly away from that and go into something better that more suits their energy. So that's kind of like what I'm getting here. For some of them, I feel like there could be a trait in this person that they're too forgiving, and that might really annoy you. Like not toward you, but too forgiving with other people. Okay, and you might think that you really need more of a backbone and don't be so forgiving. So that came up too. So a lot of different things coming up with this card. Let's look at the oracle cards and see what else we find for you. Okay, Spirit, we are looking at pile number 3, please. What does pile number 3's soulmate hope you understand and accept about them, please? Crossing bridges, it's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. This is what I was saying. I feel that this person isn't necessarily flighty in the sense, when I say that, I mean like, you know, over here and then goes over here and doesn't stick to one thing too long. That's not what this person is about. This person feels energy, and when the energy feels off, this person wants to leave the situation. And I'm not talking about your relationship. I'm not talking about when you go through difficulties. I mean like friends, work, any situation. If they're not comfortable in it, if they're not feeling the positive vibes, they're going to move on from it, which is really admirable, because some people will stay in a job for years even though they're miserable. This person doesn't want to be miserable. Okay, this person wants to be happy, and they want to be happy in their relationship with you. And if they're miserable in their job or, you know, a friendship or something like that, they feel like that's going to spill into their life. That's then going to spill into your time together. And so they don't want that. And so, yeah, they will move on when something's not working. I'm getting specifically with like a job or a career or something along those lines. This has nothing to do with you. Like, they're not going to, if you have difficulties in your relationship, it's not like they're just going to move on because it's, you know, this is not working out. That's not what I'm getting, because in that situation, they would make it work. But this is just like, they're not afraid to get a new job. They're not afraid to, if they went to school for a particular career and now they're not happy in it, they're not afraid to start over in that sense. I'm picking up real strongly, this is career. Okay, let's see what else. Maybe I should take this one because it was still on the table here. Let's see. Gates of triumph, success expands in your life. Yes, exactly. Do you see here how what I was just saying, and then you have a bridge and then you have a door opening? This person's not afraid to walk away from a situation that's negative, that's just has this negative vibe to them, or to it, because they're feeling that negativity. And because of that, they actually find themselves quite successful. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Like, some people might in the past have told them that their energy is too, kind of like the Fool card. And with the Fool card, I mean, like they follow their intuition, they follow their gut, they follow feelings, they know when they need to be moving on to something else. It's just this feeling that they have. And because of that, they find success. So other people may have looked down on that in the past, but this is actually a really cool trait. Like this person's energy it's like lighter and fun, very, very positive, very uplifting. But some people might not understand that. Okay, so they hope that you will. Okay, let's see what else we have. What else would you like to say to pile number 3, please? What does pile number 3's soulmate hope they understand and accept about them? Abundance. Do you see this? You have abundance and success expands in your life. Why is the abundance and success expanding in this person's life? You know why? Because they know when it's time to move on from something that's not working. And when they move on from something, I feel that this person heals from it, they get closure on it, and they close that door and they don't think about it again. See, hear how this abundance, I feel like this person is over here. Other people might not understand. Other people may worry, like, well, what are you doing? Like, you can't just move on to something else. You can't just get a new job. And this person's like, well, why not? The old one's not working for me. Why not? It doesn't make sense to everybody. And I feel like this person was probably almost talked down to in the past, is what I'm getting. And they just really hope that you accept that about them, because it may not look like it, but they have a plan. They know what they're doing, and they're quite successful. I feel like they've really found success in their life. They found abundance in their life, whatever that means to them. So to them, abundance may be happiness, right? And I'm not saying that they're irresponsible, because that's not what I'm picking up here. I'm picking up that them feeling the energy, moving on from a situation like work related, especially since there's money here. I really feel like this is work related. That they're not going to stay there and spend, half their day there if they're not being treated properly, if they're not happy. And maybe they lost passion for something. They're going to go where their passion takes them. Okay, let's see. This card's coming out here. Oh, this card. I love this card for you, or for this person, for the whole reading. So acceptance. This person just wants you to accept their free spirit, wants you to accept their passion for things, their love for things, what they do. They want you to accept that and love them for having all that passion. They could have a career or a hobby or something like that other people might think is stupid, or might think, well, that's a crazy idea. But how many times has somebody had a crazy idea, in quotes, that's turned into something so successful and so huge? Okay. So, and that's what I'm saying with this person. This person might get this crazy idea, like in the Fool card, and everybody else is like, what are you doing? And this person's like, oh my gosh, this is the best idea ever. And it is the best idea ever. Okay. This person is like guided toward their success, toward their abundance. And they really just want you to accept that that's how they find their success in their life. It's not, they might not be finding their success in a traditional way. Maybe this is somebody who can't sit in a classroom and go to, college or university for 4 years and then go to grad school for another 3 or 4 years. Maybe this is somebody who just wants to do something that doesn't require all that school. And maybe in the past they were looked down upon because of that. And of course, this is just an example, just to give you an idea. And so, like, this person just wants acceptance. Okay, let's look at your tarot cards now. What else would you like to say to pile number 3, please? We're looking at what their soulmate hopes you understand and accept about them. We have the 5 of Wands. Very interesting. Very interesting 5 of Wands here. So this person really has their own way of doing things. And I feel like, especially because there's 2 characters on this particular 5 of Wands, because in the traditional 5 of Wands, there's, a lot of times 5 characters. Well, not a lot of times. In the traditional 5 of Wands, there are 5 people who have a wand each. So what this tells me here is that in the past, the way this person has done something, the way this person thinks, the way this person goes about their life has caused conflict in relationships. And this person just wants acceptance. Do you see how these 2 cats here are accepting each other? They're a little bit different, but they're similar, and they accept each other and they love each other. That's what this person wants. We have the King of Swords. So with the King of Swords here, I'm feeling like this person, if you listen to this person, okay, if you're open to hearing what this person has to say, it will make sense. This person is great at communicating what's on their mind, communicating their thoughts, communicating how this thing makes sense to them, right? And so if you're not open to hearing that, that's when you can get this conflict here. Because you're not actually listening, right? And so this person really wants you to accept that this is how they are and be open to listening to how they think, why they are the way they are, why they don't waste time on situations that they know in their heart there's no fixing, or, you know, like with job related or something like that, or why why they're able to just pick up and start a different career or a new job or something like that. Because it will make sense to you if you listen. And I feel like they haven't had that in the past. Like nobody really took them seriously or wanted to listen to them or something like that. This person could be like an artist. They could be very creative. Like they might be doing something creative or have a creative mind. Because with the Seven of Cups, I feel like they might be they might have a lot of ideas in their head and they want to do all of it. They might have a lot of things they want to accomplish in their life. And so they may do something for a while and then move on to something else. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially with this person, because they always find abundance with what they're doing. I feel like there's a certain energy that this person has, a certain kind of like charisma or a certain aura about them. The energy that they have is something about it is very healing. It's very simple. It's very a very striking energy as well. Something that kind of like a little like charismatic. People are drawn to this energy. People enjoy this energy. It's a very positive, welcoming, open energy. And they are just always led to their abundance. And so they really want you to understand that they might have passion for a lot of different things, and they're not afraid to accomplish all of these different things in their life. So another thing this person wants you to understand is not holding them down, like not keeping them in a cage, keeping that, like they want you to understand that they have to spread their wings and fly. They have to be able to try different things. They have to be able to make their own mistakes. So they can't handle somebody saying, oh, well, you know, that idea is never going to work. Because it does work for them, okay? It does work for this person. That's the whole thing. Like this person knows, well, it's always worked in the past. I've always made things work out. Why wouldn't it work now, right? Do you see what I'm saying? Very, very, very free spirit you're dealing with here, which I think is a really beautiful energy, but that might annoy some people who are more logical, someone who's more kind of by the book, okay? This is what I was just talking about. So the Hierophant, this is someone who's more by the book. This is someone who follows the rules. This is someone who has to do things a certain way. Now, the other thing with the Hierophant is that this can represent a person who does not function well in these type of circumstances. That's the person you're dealing with here. And this is what I just said. You might be more like the Hierophant, where you have structure, you have rules, you have a certain way of doing things, and this person's the opposite of you. That's why it might be important to this person that you understand and accept that they're the opposite of you, that for you, and you might not be like this, I'm just, because there's a couple different things that could be going on here in this card. But if you are like that, they would need you to understand that their brain does not work that way. That when they are structured and when they are following all these rules, it stifles their creativity and they can't fly, they can't spread their wings. So they are not traditional in the sense of, I mean, and they might be like, they may have gone to school, but I feel if they did go to school for something, it was something more creative, or it was something like design or something like that. Like this, when I say, I'm not saying that they didn't go to school. I'm just saying like, they're not that type of person that could sit in school, you know, going to college, university, grad school, whatever, for like mathematics. Like, I think that would drive them insane. Okay. They need more kind of creativity, something that's a little looser, something that's not so like concrete. Okay. So yeah, they just want you to accept that about them, and accept that their way of thinking is different from other people's, but it works. It works for them. Okay. So we have the Knight of Swords. Really interesting with the Knight of Swords here. So with the Knight of Swords, this person has to do things their way. Okay. Doing things the way of the Hierophant does not work for them. They have to do things their way. They have to be more flexible. They have to use their own logic when thinking about things. Because I'm telling you, when they set their mind to something, they go after it with quite the enthusiasm. They go after it's almost like they know instinctively when it's time to move on, when it's time to pursue something else. When they set their mind to that, they're going to make it happen. But to somebody who's more structured, that could look like, I keep picking up the Fool card energy. It could look like, well, what are you doing? That doesn't make any sense. Why are you doing things that way? Why don't you follow the rules like this? And they're like, because I can't. Like, I can't function that way. Okay? So, but you have to remember, they always find their abundance. So that's what's so important here. They're always being led to that abundance. And the success expands in their life because they follow their heart. They follow their instinct. Which doesn't make any sense to somebody who's more structured and following the rules. But they can't, if they got into the Hierophant energy, they would feel like being the butterfly. They would feel like they're in a cage, which is not good. Okay, what else do we have? We have the King of Pentacles here. So this person is building things. This person is creating their own journey. They're creating their own, like, how do I put this into words? Okay, just because they have a lot of different ideas doesn't mean that all of these ideas can't culminate into one thing, creating like a well-rounded business or a well-rounded idea. Because all of the experiences that this person has had leading up to this point have helped them get to where they are. They've had a lot of different learning experiences. They've had a lot of experiences in general. And they've learned all these things by being more fluid in their energy, by being more fluid with doing things differently than other people may be doing things. And that has led them to their own success, to their own way of doing things, putting their own ideas out into the world, seeing those things grow, and being very, very, very successful. Okay, so just keep that in mind. This person's very successful. They may have a different way of doing things, but the way they do it works for them. Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles. Exactly. This person, the way this person does things, it creates harmony, it creates balance. Just because they do things differently doesn't mean that they're not going to be successful. Okay? And what I feel what this person really wants is somebody who accepts them, somebody who doesn't try to change them, someone who doesn't say, why are you doing things this way? It doesn't make any sense. And they're like, no, but it does, because I've always found my abundance in the past. I've always found success. And so especially with the Two of Pentacles being below the Five of Wands. Because remember, the Five of Wands can, it can mean a couple different things, but one thing it can mean is chaos, conflict, a lack of understanding, a lack of hearing someone else's perspective. But in this particular Five of Wands, these two cats have perspective. They understand each other. They appreciate each other. They let the other person grow as the other person needs to grow, not as they think they should grow. Does that make sense? And because of that, you have the Two of Pentacles, which is this amazing balance of two people. Now, you might be just like this person, and you understand this person. You understand that they don't like a lot of rules and structure. And it could be that that's what, like, you just get each other. But, if you haven't met this person yet, then they could be hoping, oh, I hope I meet somebody who understands me. Or if you have met this person yet, it could mean that they really appreciate that you are the same as them and that you get them, right? So, no matter what it is, I feel like you accepting the way this person is will really almost put this bright light in their, shining on their soul or in their heart, because I feel like they haven't quite found that yet, which, would explain why you two are soulmates. And if you are together, then of course they found that with you, or you will get there with them, and they will just, it's like they will appreciate you so much for accepting them for who they are, because they haven't had that yet, is what I'm feeling. Or maybe somebody accepted it for a little while, like in a past relationship, and then eventually the person no longer accepted them, and they were kind of like, hey, this is who I am. If you can't accept this about me, then it's just not going to work, right? Okay, so we have the World card here. So I definitely feel with the World card and crossing bridges up here that this person, first of all, this person is not afraid of change. This person is, even though the way they think may be different than other people, they're quite intellectual. They're quite, they process information. They process information that they feel from the environment, and they process that into intellectual information. I don't know if that's making any sense. Let me see how I can say this. It's kind of like they can feel subtle energy shifts in the environment. So let's just say that they work for a company and they just start to feel something's a little bit off. And so then they'll take in that energy, they'll process it, and then they'll start watching and seeing what's going on in that environment where they work. They'll pick up on subtle energies here and there from people, from just feelings in the building in general. And then they'll come to a conclusion that something's going on here. I think it's time for me to look for a new job. Okay. And then it could be, down the road, they realize that that company ended up closing. And that feeling that they got was a feeling of it's time to move on. And through that, they look at their other options and they say, I would really like to be doing this, or I would really like to work for this other company that I found, something like that. Does that make sense? So they're very, very in touch with their feelings and the energies around them, incredibly so. And I feel like they're probably 99.99% always correct, if not more than that, in these feelings that they get. And they're always rewarded for that. They always find success because they listen to that inner voice. They listen to their spirit guides, but they're very, very in tune with energies around them. Yes, I love this. The Judgment card. So this is what I was just saying. First of all, they're not afraid of change. They're not afraid of doing things outside the box either. And they Do you see this? Actually, this card says acceptance right here. I just noticed that. Can you see that? Oops. It says acceptance right here. And then remember, you have acceptance here. I think that's a huge, huge thing for this person, is you accepting that they know when it's time to move on from a situation. And I'm not talking about you and your relationship, your soulmate. So we're not talking about that. We're talking about like work, or like, let's say there's a hobby that this person has. I just got horses. For some of you that may be relevant, but it's just like, they know when it's time to move on. So the Judgment card talks about kind of that, where it's like, kind of, you're being awakened to energies, that it's time to move on from something, or it's time to start something new, or it's time to let something go. Okay, I feel that this person is not afraid to let go of situations that no longer fit into their life. Like they can feel the changes in other people or other situations. They can feel these subtle changes, and they know instinctively, okay, it's about time for me to go. Let me figure out how to move forward. And I feel like they're not necessarily moving forward without thinking about things, because we have the King of Swords here. So this person definitely thinks about things. You also have the King of Pentacles. This person thinks about, what do I need to do to move forward? Now, the thing is that they think quickly. They can think on their feet. They can think fairly quickly of, like, they can see the bigger picture. They can cut out, with the King of Swords, they can cut out anything that's not working for them, and then see what will fit into there, what will fit into that spot that they cut out. Okay. And then they move on. They don't dwell on it. They move on, and then they start their new vision. Okay. Yes, look at, your cards are lining up. Seriously. You have the Chariot card here. And let me just point this out to you, because this card, let me see how you can see it. Can you see it there? I don't know. I don't know. It's not coming into focus that well. Okay, but it says success. It says journey, success, and progress. Now, remember, you have success here. So a lot of what I already said here, this person's not afraid of change. This person's not afraid to follow the abundance, really. Like, they know in this situation over here, it's no longer abundant. It's no longer fulfilling them emotionally, financially, whatever it is. It's not fulfilling to them. And so they're going to move on. Okay. But where they're going to is directly in the path of abundance. Okay. Because if you stay in a situation that's not working for you, that can really kind of dampen your vibe, can dampen your positivity. This person's all about positivity and enjoying life and having, you know, beautiful energy around them. And of course, it's not going to be perfect 24/7 when you're in a job or whatever this is, that although I do pick up career job here, they're not afraid to move on from that. And the thing is, I feel like they learn something from every single experience that they've been in, from every single place they've been, and they take that and they move on. And with all of those energies that they pick up along the way, they really create this strong foundation. It's like a really well-rounded energy and person that other people may dismiss, because to other people who are more structured, they may seem too flighty, too, you know, what's the word that I'm thinking of? I can't think of the word. But anyway, I think you get the picture here. But that's not the case. They actually have a clear vision. It's just some people don't take the time to understand what's going on in this person's mind. So we have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, this is exactly it. I feel like this person may be kind of a unique person. They may have a different perspective on the world. And I feel like they've kind of perhaps at times struggled a little bit with finding their soul tribe, or finding their soulmate, obviously, because that's you, right? So in the past, they've had this inability to really connect with people on like a deeper level. Not everybody, but like, I feel like this person may be misunderstood sometimes. And I feel like with you really understanding and accepting this character trait that they have, which is basically their entire personality. This is like such a huge part of their life. That's why it's so important to them that they have this acceptance, that people understand them and accept them for who they are. And so I feel like you accepting them and loving this about them will create such a bond between the two of you. It's just like, I'm seeing like the sun, like such bright light, and it's just a really cool energy between the two of you. Okay, let's take your last card and set those to the side. Look at that. That's kind of what I was just seeing. This is the Knight of Pentacles. Remember I told you I'm seeing like the sun, this bright light. This is like what I was just seeing. I love this for you. So the Knight of Pentacles, and it's actually right below the King of Pentacles, which is really cool. So the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who is pursuing something they're passionate about. This is somebody who is loyal, somebody who is dedicated. This is the hardest working pentacle in the deck. Okay, so that's what I'm saying, that this person can be misunderstood. This is not somebody who's lazy. This is not somebody who goes from thing to thing to thing without accomplishing anything. That's not this person. This person accomplishes a lot. But to someone who's more structured, someone who's had one job their entire life, you know, and in this person's like, you know, 60 years old, they've had one job, one company, you know, their whole life. Like that kind of person, there's nothing wrong with that, but that kind of person might not understand this energy. This person works hard. This person creates something everywhere they go, and they find success everywhere they go. But it may not look like that to other people. So it would be so important to them if you can accept this about them. And I really love this person's energy. It's a really fun, cool energy. So that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a private reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is listed in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching.